Hey YouTube, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we have a lot of WOT-ZEE returns. I believe it's over 200 cards that are all WOT-ZEE Hollows. I'm pretty sure they're all WOT-ZEE Hollows. Maybe there's some EX series or something in here. We're going to start off with some Legendary Collection stuff, and then we're going to move into just a random mix. So it looks like we're starting off with Rhyhorn. So I believe this was a set that I graded, and for the most part I believe these to be in the 8-9 range. So any 9s, pretty much appreciate it. I'm going to put that one right there in the middle just so it covers up that gap. And then I'm going to start putting some of my, I guess, more favorite grades or cards as we go through the set. As you can see, most of these did look like 8s and 9s. Old Squirtle got a 7. See if we can see what happened there. Maybe on this side there. You can see some whitening. That's probably why that one got a 7. I think for the most part, I was hammered hard on this submission, but it's it's expected. Like I said, with the Legendary Collection ones, I wasn't expecting too many 10s. I believe I saw some that had a decent shot, but overall, most of these, I believe, were out of a pack, but had like a little something wrong with each one of them. Like this was a 9, I believe. Yeah, there we go. I mean, that one could even probably have been marked down to an 8. I know it's just one corner, but if you can see it from this far back, sometimes it gets marked down a little more. Here's some 8s. And this will be getting close to the end of the Legendary Collection, but I think I graded some extra singles after that were closer to pack fresh, and then we'll also show part of the beginning of the set as well. Not too bad. Got some 9s. None of these really appeal to me that much. I really like this set. Always thought it was cool. I mean, it was the very first reverse holo set and it has the coolest reverse holo pattern. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the best sets out there. I realize there's a lot of people who think this is a hype set, but honestly, it is a reprint set, but man, it's got some low pop cards in it. Just the Charizard and the Dark Blastoise. If you get 10s on those, out of a box, it'll pay for the box. I sold mine for right around 12K. If you factor in everything that was included in the deal, it might be a little less than that, but overall the sale price was at that 12K. Now this one will be going in the background. It's one of my favorite cards in the set because it actually has two versions. There's a corrected and an error version. This is the, well, let me show you another card. Here, we'll look at this one. This is actually an error version. Now if you notice, the energies on Rhyhorn are not, the foil is not printed over them, but on this execute it is. So like there's no break over the energies. This was attempted to be corrected, in which I believe I have one of those in this submission as well. Now it looks like we're getting to some of the more random ones. We got a Pidgey and a Psyduck, a Chop. I can't even remember which one of these I've submitted. Maybe I'll have an extra Pikachu in here or something like that. That'd be cool. Still no 10s. Rocking only 8s and 9s and a few 7s. Got the Charmeleon. I like that one. We'll stick him in the background. Got Pidgeot with the 8. Got a few rares here. That's not too bad. Hypno with the 8. Also Golem with the 8. Glad I'm not making stacks for 8, 9, and 10 because my 10 would be non-existent. My 10 stack. Check out, I've got a 9 on a rare Beedrill. Got Weedle. Here's a 7. I always like to just take a quick glance at 7s. Maybe we can see what happened there. Look like maybe that corner. Sometimes if it's a little bit deeper ding, they'll take it as like a crease. So that's probably why that one got docked a few extra points. Got the 8 on the Seadra and on the Rhyhorn. Man, lots of 8s. Lots of 8s. 8s are not as easy to sell as 9s. And then, of course, 9s don't bring the premium that 10s do. I think 9 is a sweet spot in the hobby. It's affordable and it's a very acceptable grade and very attainable if you want to do the entire set. 8 is a solid grade for a card. It's harder to have a universal 8 set, though. Sometimes it may even be more expensive trying to attain an 8 than it would be a 9. Alright, so that's the first half of a box. Put this off to the side. Now we've got 2 full boxes that we're going to be going through. Let's see where this Legendary Collection starts. There we go. Alright. That's a nice stack. Bam! back to the front end of the rares. Got a 9 on the Golem. I always liked Golem. I didn't want to put that other in the background because it wasn't a 9. There's another Hypno pulling the 9. Jinx. And Kabutops. Magneton. Here's a nice artwork. We got the Mewtwo. Wish I would have got a higher grade, but you know what? Still great nevertheless. I mean, you got to think an 8 is a near mint card. Got Moltres, again, another nice one. We're going to stick that one in the background. I don't want to cover up that Execute just yet because we want to compare it once we get down to the next card. Here we got a Nidoking with the 9. Nidoqueen with the 5. And what's interesting about this one is it's actually an error. It's not a it's not damaged, but once you look at the back side, you know, you'll see that really it's very nice quality. On the front side, something may stick out to you guys down here. If you look at it, it's actually a foil ripple. So this card is not damaged, but they take it as a crease. I have another card just like it, Arcanine from, it's either Aquapolis or Skyridge. And it has one of those foil ripples right across the face of the card, and they graded it a 3. So this one will be going into my personal collection. It is marked down for a grade, but it's not actually damaged to the card. Got a 9 on the Pidgeot. I think we are still owed for however many cards we've shown for the PSA 10. Right on. I always like that one from Jungle. There's Arcanine. Definitely going to stick him in the background. We already have a Charmeleon, so I'm going to pass on by. Another nice artwork there with the Dark Dragonair. Same with the Dark War Turtle. I like that they transitioned those over from the Team Rocket set. Here we go. We've got a Dugong. Basically through that thing. Then we have Dodrio and Firo. You know, no 10s, but still solid grades. And like I said, this was just about expected for what I was looking for. Most of the fronts on these look really clean, but they just had a little bit of edge wear or something on the back side that would detract, you know, from the 10. You know, it is a good thing that PSA is grading more consistent with the PSA 10s. It makes it a lot harder for us who are looking for the 10s in our collection to attain new ones through grading. But it also drives up the price for those of you who got in early on the game. Got a Kakuna. I think my PSA membership goes back to 2008 or 2009. I've graded so many cards through there. Nice magic card. Yeah, did I skip by an Eevee? No, we're in the uncommon still. Not Eevee, but Execute. I don't know what I'm thinking. There should be an Eevee in here, I would think. I'm not sure how many cards are missing from the set. We started with the... What was it? I know there was a Golem. I think it might have been Golem that we started with. Number 24. Then we went to the end of the set, and then we had a few extras. Amistar, Primate. Unless I've just skipped over a 10, I think we are still missing a single 10 from the entire submission. Got Sandslash. Here we go. We got a Cedra, Snorlax. That was a cool ad for an uncommon. You know, it was very popular. You know, very high HP for basic Pokemon. Thick skin made it even tougher. But for whatever reason, it got grouped in with the uncommons. You know, it was a holographic rare back in Jungle when that artwork originally came out. Gosh, an Abra. Just look at that hollow pattern. There's really nothing else like that on the English side. Bulbasaur, alright. I'm going to pull out this Execute. That way we can show some other cards here in the background and stack them up. Caterpie. Got a Charmander. Nice 9 there. Doduo. And we have a Dratini. That was an uncommon in base set. There's Drowsy from Team Rocket. Very nice Eevee. So close. And then we have the attempted correction for the Execute. If FedEx is arriving, I'm going to be pausing the video because that should be my base first edition box arriving. Well, hopefully that's just a blip in the video, but I am back and I have that box sitting right beside of me. Should have a base first edition box inside. So as you can imagine, I'm pretty excited right now, but I'm going to finish out this video and then Then I'm going to set up for that one because I'm going to open up the package live and on camera. Well, not live, on camera. And then I'm going to verify it, make sure that it's completely legit, because last time, as many of you know, I was scammed. But just to look at this again, you can see where on these, they attempted to add in non-holographic energies, but they missed. They missed it pretty hard. And then over here, of course, they are holographic. I have not seen any where they are corrected and aligned. So that's pretty cool. Both versions in Mint 9. Then we have a Ghastly. We still have a small stack left for Legendary Collection, and then we start getting into a random mix of WOT-ZEE Hollows. Oh, we got us a 10 on the Grimer. Let's check it, see if it is a 10. What, just some random insert? Wow, that one looks really nice. So yeah, it looks like that one is a 10, a very strong 10. We're going to Machop, Magnemite, and so on. I think we should have a Pikachu in here somewhere. So that'll be cool to look at. There's Nidoran, and Onyx, Pidgey. What's next? The Pikachu. And it also pulled the 9. So a lot of the starters and more popular Pokemon did get a 9 on. Missed on the 10s other than the Grimer. Alright, so that's the Legendary Collection. Let me put this box down. Now we're going to move on to some WOT-ZEE Hollows. Can't even remember what I had graded. Alright, let's see what we have. Now these, I thought, most of these, I thought they had a decent shot at a 10. But, we'll just see. It's Gyarados with the 9. That's from base set. Next up we have Zapdos. Let's see if we can figure out why this one got a 7. Looks like a little white dot up top. There we go. Edgeware on 2 corners. You know, 7s used to be way more loose back in the day. I know there are people who say that certain things haven't changed. I'm telling you that maybe I believe PSA is more consistent now. The standards shouldn't have changed, but I'll tell you that, you know, if you got to be careful if you do get some old cert cards, because the 7s and 8s were really, really off. Like I used to send in cards, you know, and they'd come back 7s and 8s. I mean, and they wouldn't. There's no way that I would even have ever considered them a near mint card. Now, I mean, usually if you get a 7 or 8, it's still a really nice, very well displayed card. There we go. We got us a Flareon. Didn't pull the 10, but I think it's good enough to put in the background. Got Crobat with the 8. Got Articuno with the 9. See if we can see what's wrong with this Articuno. I'm thinking, is that a white dot? Yeah, there we go. You can see those few white dots right there across the top. Really small, hard to tell, but they are definitely there, and that's what most likely pulled it down from the 10. You never know, because I mean, you know, I'm not the grader, I'm not the one who sees it. And also, we're looking at cards through a PSA case, where the guys that are, you know, looking at these cards, they're seeing them, you know, in person. So there might be extra ways that they can flash the card, you know, and see something that we don't. I'm still not getting any 10s, it looks like, but you know, at least I know that most of these are strong grades, or they should be strong grades. Before I list, I will check, and some of you have seen that Charizard I have. That's the 7. That's just like terrible. It's just terrible. I would say that the PSA 9 Charizard that I have from the video where I'd made and shown that I'd purchased a $40,000 card. The 9 in that video, I would actually say is probably closer to an 8 or a 7, and nowadays maybe even, you know, 6 or 7. And I know that sounds really harsh, but I try to pick apart my high-end cards as much as I can. Like if I had it recent, it'd probably get an 8, you know, just, you know, on average. But I don't see it getting a 9. I think the 9 is a little high for what its actual grade is. If you flash it in the right light, you can see little minor scratches on this side of the Charizard, which I assume I had a right-handed grader, so they were looking at it kind of like this, and they were mainly looking at this side rather than a left-handed grader. who would be focusing on the opposite side. Man, all these hollows, even though I'm not getting the 10s, it's still really cool to see these. I know most of these are going to go up into my shop for sale. I will have to check. There may be some of these that I only have 8s or maybe even 7s in my collection, but for the most part, these should go up for sale. So if you see anything that you're interested in, I know you guys who are on Patreon are getting to see this first, just reach out to me. Now this is technically the beginning of the submission. I've noticed at the beginning of a submission, PSA has a higher tendency to give out 10s, so I'm going to see if that's the case. My wife has sleeved all these up. Got a 9 on the Torchic. Oh, look at that, a 10 on the Houndoom. I wonder if that's a coincidence. Let's just check the backside. Oh yeah, that's pretty clean. Well, I would say that is very deserving of a 10, so it may just be coincidence. Got an 8 on the Wobbuffet. Ooh, 9 on the Ursaring, Neo Discovery. Oh, here's a big one. This would have been nice to pull in a 10, but got the 9, first edition Umbreon. Mega pull if you get that out of a pack. Check out this Poliwrath. This is, I believe this is the one that I pulled from the Z and G free pack. And you can see right there, it's actually got the hollow bleed error. Got a Magneton, Kabutops with the 9, Fortress with the 9. Uh-oh, look at that. Shining Magikarp, Mint 9. Definitely going in the background. Trying to put too much glare on it. We also have the Shining Gyarados, Mint 9. This one is unlimited, but still really, really nice. And we are on a roll. Check this one out, Raikou. This one's very tough to get in a 10. Yeah, I can see a little white dot right there. But very solid grade. I think the 10 was on David Adams for the longest time for about $1,000. I almost bought it several times, and then it's been scooped up now. Next up, we have Ho-Oh, another 9. So I was thinking, that we might have a better chance at some 10s, but we did get the 1, but it seemed pretty justified. Got the Entei too. Really nice Neo Revelation hollows. Got Delibird. There we go. Got Celebi. That's pretty sweet. Next up, this is the Charizard from EX Dragon. Very nice 9. Got an 8 on Charmander and a 9 on the Charmeleon. Ooh, we got us a 10. Muck EX from EX Dragon. And we got a 9 on the Magcargo. So these are non-WOT-ZEE. Ooh, another 10, Latios EX, and another 10, Latios EX. So we went 3 for 4 in that little spurt right there. Kingdra EX with the 9. We got 9 on the Golem EX. And then we have another 10 on the Dragonite EX. Really sweet there. I don't even remember where I got those from. 9 on the Ampharos. And then we got us a 10. Got the Pluzel from EX Deoxys. And EX Deoxys is a tough set to get 10s in. We've got that Curl and the Silvering. A lot of you know what I'm talking about there. Deoxys EX with the 9. And then got a 9 on the Raichu. I believe we opened these two from a pack. Got a 9 on the Mew Reverse Hollow. So we didn't get the 10s there. Usually these aren't too hard to grade. Got a 9 on the Hitmonlee. And here was my attempt at some Eevees. 9, 9, 9, and 9. No dice. I've got lots to choose from. Maybe I'll get lucky one of these days. Thought these all had a solid chance. But as the pop has confirmed for me time and time again, it is very elusive. Alright, next stack. Here we go. Oh, we've got some more. Got another Eevee, so this one pulled the 8. Also got some Venusaurs. Let's see what I got. Got the 8. 9. 9. 9. And an 8. So, almost as good as Eevees. You can tell these hollows aren't scratched up like they normally are. That one may have a small one right through there. Backside probably looks pretty clean. I've got some strong 9s. You know, I've considered not even selling my 9s, just holding on to them, maybe trying to regrade one day. Typically, I don't regrade 9s. It's just sometimes I break out 7s and 8s. Like, let's look at this Mewtwo. This is a 9. We'll just examine a card. Gosh, man, that is so clean. I'm thinking that little bit right there is what brought it down from a 10. That's the case. Thought it was the card for a second, but you can see those lines move. Very well centered. These are pretty strong. Got a Magneton, another 9. The base set Blastoise 9. Then we got the Dark Alakazam, Dark Hypno, Zapdos from base set. Oh, we got us a 10, Victory Bell. Not exactly, you know, super expensive or anything, but we got us a 10. All right, I'll take it for sure. Miracle Energy with the 9. Light Arcanine 9. So with the WOT-ZEE Hollows, we've gotten 1, 2, and then we had several from the EX series. They did pretty good. And then one from the Legendary Collection. So that's 3 for about, what, 200? Man, it's terrible. And like I said, I thought I had built up this submission for a while, so I thought all these were really good shape. But, you know, sometimes you just swing and miss. And if you guys know what I mean by, like, built these up, like, I've got 2 rows of over 1,000 hollows that I've built up while I was building this submission. One row I consider played, or excellent to played. And then another row I consider excellent to near mint, as in they range all the way from excellent all the way up to a near mint card. And I think when Loot was here, I had them go through and check out the cards. And, you know, they thought that a lot of them, you know, should be submitted. Just to give you an idea, like, this isn't, you know, all the cards that I have, because I have a ton that I don't submit. I even have this giant binder just full of really cool cards that I keep that are in played condition, but that might be higher value. Just because I think it's fun to make little binder collections and sets like that, just to keep things going. Maybe one day I'll just submit them all and let them get the grades that they deserve, which I am sure will range all the way from 1 up to probably, there's a few 9s in there, maybe a few 10s. I had a Nidoking that was sent back. I thought was going to get a 10 from, it was a Nidoking base set first edition, and I'd sent off to PSA, and I thought I was going to get the 10, and it come back as recolored, and there was a nick on it. I was pretty angry about that one, so I decided not to resubmit it. Oh, another 10. Check it out. Misty's Gyarados. That's not a, you know, not too bad, not too expensive or anything like that, but still really cool. So I'm glad it got a gem at 10. So we are now, what, 1, 2, 3? No, 1, 2, Houndoom, and then the Gyarados. So that's 4 PSA 10s that we've gotten. There's one Japanese hollow. Got that Dark Arbok. But yeah, so I was angry about that Nidoking. Most of you know this one has Evolution Hollow Box error. This was corrected only in Unlimited, not in first edition. But you know what, it happens. I still have the card. It's not like, you know, anything's really gone. It's just sitting in a binder. Maybe one day I'll regrade again. Got the Haunter, Zapdos. Makes me wonder if any of these PSA 9s would do like a 9.5 BGS. Really, it's just a money thing, money barrier. Otherwise, I mean, who wouldn't want to try and submit? Got Togetic, got the Steelix, more 9s, Skarmory. Man, I am getting hungry. I think my wife is bringing home some Bojangles. She went to pick up my daughter. Got the 8 on the Kingdra. That's usually an easy one to grade. Getting a Chick-fil-A, or not Chick-fil-A sandwich. We don't have Chick-fil-A. We don't have a Chick-fil-A close to here, probably about 5-10 miles away up in Hickory. Right off our exit, we do have a Bojangles. We got a Hardee's. And I tell you what, we are Bojangle eating fools. Get my Cajun fries. Get my, usually what I ask for is a Chick-fil-A or a chicken sandwich, plain. I don't like pickles or mustard or mayonnaise or anything like that. In fact, if something has pickles, mustard, or mayonnaise on it, I'm not even going to touch it. Just one of those things I've never liked. I'm not big on condiments. I don't like ketchup either. It doesn't repulse me like the others do. Check out the dark Gyarados. Now I do like Chili. I like Chili. I like see. Sometimes I like A1 if the steak isn't good, but most of the time I make my own steak. Got the 9 on the Dark Weezing. Here comes Team Rocket with the 8. So I don't think we're going to finish off with any more 10s. Oh, that's usually a tough one to get a 10 in. Nice 9. Let's see how it looks. Little white dot right there. Used to be one little white dot or nick. You know, probably didn't affect the grade that much, but now I think it's about impossible to get that 10. And you know what? It's not really PSA's fault. I mean, they're constantly getting in, you know, new products from different sets, different games, and the quality is improving. So I mean, if you go from looking at something that's really new, you know, on the submission say prior to mine, that has all these great condition, perfect, beautiful, flawless cards that you just gave 10s to, and then you come up on a WOT-ZEE set like this where, yeah, it looks great, but guess what? It has a little white nick, you know, right up there in the corner. I mean, they don't deserve the same grade. Maybe if maybe within the set itself, you know, you could change up how you grade something. But honestly, yeah, I get it. I get why most of these are 9s. Because when I look at cards myself, going through people's submissions and doing raw reviews, usually I hardly ever hand out, you know, a 9, 10 possibility for the grade unless it's newer. On these older cards, you can almost always find something. So that's how we're going to end it. We're going to end it with the very first set, with the first card in that set, the Alakazam PSA 9. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Got a decent stack of nice cards back there. If you're interested in any of this, just reach out to me. I'm getting ready to open up the base first edition box. Thanks.